Random Wednesday on a Random Wednesday. Thanks to the people at the Valor Motor Group, today we are bringing you one that we've been looking forward to for a very, very long time. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the Tank 300, but not your standard Tank 300. This is the Tank 300 HEV. Now, if you don't know what the words HEV stand for, this is the hybrid electric vehicle. Literally sitting on a battery pack of about 37.11 kilowatt hours, matted to a 2-liter turbo engine. This vehicle here is quite strong. We're talking power figures of 255 kilowatts combined, 648 Newton meters peak torque, matted to a 9-speed gearbox. What can I say? This tank really lives up to the name, and especially in this, guys. Shout out to my man Kumbi. We got the all-wheel, all-terrain tires on the aftermarket wheels on it. This thing looks really, really stellar. The two-tone paint job really making it look as rugged as it is, along with that roof rack that has been added. Now, obviously, some of these additions to the vehicles are aftermarket parts, but it does not take away from the fact that this tank is absolutely gorgeous, really rugged in how it looks. Let's take a look at some of the finer details. We've got this very rugged plastic that runs over the wheel arches and around the front on the bumper. Built into the bumper, we have our park distance control sensors, along with the LED head spotlights. The headlamps also LED units, nice, round, big. They stand out. I mean, when you see this thing, you know what it is. It's a Tank 300. Embedded in the grille, we have our front-facing camera for the 360-degree view, and there's that badge. Standing proud, Tank, right there on the front. Stylistically, I like some of the touches that they've done here. Some of this gloss black surround on the grille at the front, and then some of this gloss gray that we have sort of sit into the bumper too. It really stands out as being different. Coming down the side, we've got the side steps that really help you get into this vehicle. Obviously, this being an SUV with the kind of ground clearance that we're talking about. We're talking about 22 centimeters of ground clearance. We've got an approach angle of 33 degrees, and the rear angle is at about 34 degrees. So when it comes to your off-roading, yeah, look, we can do quite a lot with this vehicle. Coming around to the back of it, we've got these gorgeous LED tail lights, also very, very distinctive. We've got that HEV badge with the blue lining around it, just to let you know what it is that you're seeing. And then we've got the spare wheel proudly displayed right on the back of the vehicle. Makes it that much easier to change in case of anything. It's a very, very rugged, very purposeful looking vehicle, isn't it? I like the boxy shape of it, and we know nowadays there's a few vehicles running around with that boxy shape, and it's one that's very, very pleasing. I mean, you could go all the way from the Suzuki Jimny to the G-Wagon Mercedes. This sort of very square boxy shape is one that really is in vogue, and it helps it stand out from all of your regular mom's taxi SUVs that you see running around. This one is extremely rugged. But that said, we're not only going to be taking a look at it, we're gonna jump in, show you guys what it looks like on the inside, and even take it for a spin. So take a ride with me today as we explore the GWM Tank HEV. Welcome to the interior of the GWM Tank 300 HEV. Step inside. Alright, driving impressions of the GWM Tank 300. Now, globally, let's start off by talking about the Tank brand itself. Now, we know Tank is part of the GWM group of companies, but the Tank brand itself originally was a part of the Wave group. And then in 2001, it sort of spun off and was an independent brand on its own, as a part of the GWM group that we know right now. So this one in particular that we're driving, the Tank 300, was originally supposed to be launched in South Africa in 2023, but was then launched in 24. But since it's been around, it's been a vehicle that everyone who has reviewed it seems to love it. Now, they're a bit of a unicorn, these tanks, especially where I live. You don't see the Tank 300 every day. They're very rare cars on the road, but that just adds to their desirability as vehicles go. And this one, being the HEV, will be even rarer. I mean, in Superlux trim, you're sitting on just over 800,000 rands with this one. For the Ultralux, you're looking at just over 900,000 rands. It seems like quite a bit of money, but believe me, this being a GWM product, you're definitely getting bang for your buck. This car's interior is really spec'd well. There's this aluminium piece that sits in the dashboard. It makes this car feel like a tank. It feels very rugged, very industrial. But that said, when you're driving it, the interior is so calming. These seats are so comfortable. You know, the white stitching that they have running as a theme throughout the interior of this vehicle, the steering wheel, the dashboard, in the doors, on the seats, perforated as the seats are, along with the patterns that are stitched into them, really looks good. It's designed to make you feel very comfortable. The interior, the dashboard has got these vents that look like aircraft turbines, and they work a treat. The air conditioning system in this thing, the climate control, works really well. And right in the center of the dashboard, you have an analog clock. Now, obviously, we know with the SUVs that are made by the Tank group or the Tank brand, they are luxury SUVs, and that analog clock really points toward it being luxury as it is. There's a nice sturdy grab handle in front of your front passenger for in case you get to the rough stuff, because the platform that this car sits on is the GWM's group platform that it uses for off-road vehicles. So it does very well in that regard, in feeling the part. Now, the one we're driving in, like we said, has some off-road tires that are put on it, and they really make it not only look but also feel the part. And interestingly, the suspension system is so sophisticated. You normally expect it to be bouncing around with wheels this big, off-road tires as they are, but this one just seems to be handling everything so smoothly. It makes the car feel like $1 million, honestly speaking. So, you know, when you think about that, you realize that there's a lot that they've done to make this car feel as solid as it does. The screens in the dashboard for your infotainment system and for your driver instrument binnacle, very comprehensive. It lets you know everything you need to, but without overwhelming you with the information on it. And the radar detection system for your adaptive cruise control just continues to let you know what's happening next to you. Vehicles on the sides, vehicles ahead of you. It really gives you all that information in a way that makes it easy to read. Now, we just drove past the jackhammer, and it wasn't as loud as I thought it would be. It just goes to show how it is that the NVH has been handled in this car. Now, obviously this one has a little bit of tire roar because of those tires, but you know, it handles it well. I'm not gonna lie. The design of the steering wheel is nice and chunky. It looks like that T that is in the logo itself. It looks really butch. The name Tank, it's a guy's car, you know? And it feels like it. It really does. But everything is premium in this car. USB-C, USB-A ports, your wireless chargers in here. You know, you look around and you've got these bolts that sort of make it feel that much more rugged. next to all of the grab handles in the door, on the dashboard. You know, the blend of luxury and ruggedness is something that I feel like Tank has really nailed as far as that's concerned. It's got this gear knob that we see becoming more and more prevalent. The last time we saw this was in the P300, and we know that the P series Buckies and the Tank share the same platform, the Tank 300. They share the same platform when it comes to their drivetrain and everything. So, you know, it's a familiar place to be, but it's a very comfortable place to be. And that said, the performance in this thing being a hybrid, it's strong. The performance, the acceleration from this engine, like I said before, 255 kilowatts of power, 648 Newton meters of torque. It's no joke. This thing gets up and goes. But the lovely thing about it is the brakes are here for that action too. They make sure that they can haul this load in. Your center console also very neatly laid out. You've got buttons for your parking cameras, your camera system, your 360-degree camera system built into it. You've got your four-wheel drive controls on it. You've got your drive mode selector also that's laid out on this. It really is very comprehensively spec'd. For a vehicle of that price, it does not feel like you are shortchanged in any way. Another thing that I absolutely love in this car, sunroof. You guys know me and sunroofs, right? The car has to have a sunroof. If it's costing this much, can we be able to see the stars at night, you know? And this one definitely has one. It's not a full panoramic sunroof, but hey, I'll take any sunroof, personally speaking. But, you know, overall, a really enjoyable vehicle to drive. You know, driving it in purely electric mode, very eerie, very quiet. In fact, it's the first hybrid electric vehicle we've had on our channel. And the first thing I did, I got in, I pressed the start button, and I was like, wait, did I start it? And I pressed it again, and I pressed it, and then I realized, oh yeah, it is on. But, you know, things like those just help to make this car feel that much more special than other vehicles. It's got your lovely ambient lighting that's in the vehicle too. It just helps to lift the mood a little bit. Also existing around the controls for the vents as you do point them wherever it is that you'd like the air conditioner to hit you. Excellent car, guys. Honestly, if you're thinking of getting one of these or considering it, make sure that you do go and take a look at it on your dealerships and enjoy it. I've enjoyed driving it. It really is a good one, and that's one for the books for me. Tank 300 HEV. Yeah, look guys, that brings us to the end of our very short driving impressions of the Tank 300 HEV. Absolutely gorgeous car. You know, never driven a hybrid before on the channel, but this one was definitely a good one to drive. I mean, the people at the Valor Group have really come through for us in letting us take a closer look at this vehicle, and it's one that we really enjoyed. If it's your first time bumping into our channel, please hit the subscribe button. Consider sharing this with your friends, and even give us a thumbs up over on your screen. But yeah, my name, not important. What's important is what we do here. This is Random Wednesday. Let's get it.
Now let's take a look at some quick specs. For more information, please contact the numbers on screen.